New York Times best-selling author Laura Caldwell.
Laura Caldwell is here. She's a law professor from Loyola University, Chicago Law School.
Yeah, you're a lawyer, you're a novelist, a successful fiction writer.
And she started the Life After Innocence project in January of 2009.
Well, I know you've done a lot of thrillers following the adventures of Izzy McNeil. I've read your books. They're amazing. But then this most recent one is more of a personal story of your Life After Innocence project work and Jovan Mosley in particular.
Laura Caldwell started the program after being inspired by a young man, a man she details in her story, the book Long Way Home. A young man lost, and the two women who found him. The book chronicles Jovan Mosley, who was arrested at the age of 19 for a murder he did not commit, and his life after finally being exonerated and released from prison.
He's a good kid from a bad neighborhood who ended up getting arrested for murder. It was a fight that ended in someone dying. He wasn't in it. All the witnesses said he wasn't in it, but he ended up spending almost 6 years in county jail waiting for a trial.
He literally had to start from nothing. Not a home, not a book, not a comb, didn't know how to use a cell phone, didn't know how to use a computer. Google, Twitter, I don't know. When I realized when he got out was that there were simply no services for the innocent. It's incredibly difficult to start over, in large part because they fall between the cracks. If Dean had been a convicted rapist, when he got out of prison, when he was paroled, he would have a parole officer who would ostensibly check in with him to see how he was doing. He would have a halfway house, he would have access to free medical services, job reintegration. And do you know what Dean got? He got a sweatsuit and a pat on the back. We started this project and have been lucky enough to work with men and women who, unfortunately, wrongfully convicted, got out, and really have been through the most surreal experience ever and need some help to get started over. They come out as, it says murderer on your record or sex offender, even though they've been 100% declared innocent. Watching him literally start from nothing and build himself into a person who's got an associate's degree in criminal justice, has a scholarship at Loyola, is on his way to law school, he works full-time, he's got a lovely wife, Andrea. He has this amazing life that people work their whole lives to try to get. So when my students and I started this project, and it continues to be a student-run project, they do all the work, from legal to social to helping people find jobs. I think nobody has really realized before. 10 years ago, there were 9 innocence projects in this country. Today, there are 60. When I took on Jovan's case, I thought there is no way in hell I would ever confess to something I didn't do. And after I've learned about forced confessions now, and the conditions you're put under, which create nothing but despair, and all you want to do is go home. I believe now that after 2 hours of that, I would have signed a statement that said my mother killed Kennedy.
And the book is The Long Way Home.
The book is called The Long Way Home, and it describes what I think has been his best tool, his just absolute refusal to be bitter. That is what has let him go so far, if you ask me. He just chooses not to be bitter.
Didn't you stand up?
In the wedding?
I was his best man. I wore a tux and an orange vest, which does not go good with red hair.
It's a great story.
My clients have been through so much, and they smile and make me smile every day. If they can go through this, get over yourself. I mean, this has been like the best antidepressant in the world when I'm working with these people. There are people who are innocent that go home with nothing.
So we started Life After Innocence at Loyola to help these people out.